Hello, welcome to the Misled Youth Podcast. It is episode 8. 8. We always have this small debate in our own heads at the start of
because we can't remember what episode we're on.
Yeah, we'll never remember that, I suppose.
No,
I am Alex.
I am Jack.
And we are back for another week.
We are indeed. Hello, dear listener. So, we're going to start off today with a segment I'd like to entitle
Stuff that we said last week that we'd like to
have not
retract.
And generally would like to have not said.
Yeah. It was pointed out to us in a comment, a very well worded comment, that I said a few things last week that could be construed as anti-Semitic in our segment on anti-Semitism, in which we were trying furiously not to be anti-Semitic.
Our aim was to call it out and to completely and utterly reject it and explain why it is absolute bollocks.
Correct. The thing
Unfortunately,
it did sound at one point like I was saying that Israel doesn't have a right to exist.
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah,
I didn't try to say that. It came out wrong, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was. I think the comment put it as a clunky use of language.
It was a clunky use of language.
It was exactly that. All you were highlighting was a potential problem you found in the definition of anti-Semitism
from the IHRA.
From the IHRA, yeah.
Otherwise, perfectly solid definition. I'm just not sure if I would be called out on it, not based on that definition.
Yeah, but we weren't questioning that at all.
No, I still think it's right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the first one.
The other one I'm now not as guilty about.
Given recent...
given the context. Yeah.
Given the context. But I mean, it applies to people other than John Woodcock.
Yeah. I was going to say sorry for us calling John Woodcock a Tory in a red tie. And then it turned out that he's been suspended from the party.
Yeah. But
for a reason that does not warrant that little chuckle.
No, it doesn't really.
Was it sexual harassment? An accusation?
Alleged sexual... let me try that again with my tongue firmly in my mouth.
Alleged sexual harassment.
Yes, that one. You'd think doing a drama degree would mean I can speak properly, but clearly I can't.
No, apparently not.
But, yeah, not just Jonathan Woodcock. I think I've used the same or similar expressions for other members of the Labour Party, which...
Was it Tony Blair?
I think I may have called...
The first time I heard you say that was Tony Blair.
Yeah, I may have called Tony Blair a Tory in a red tie. Yeah. I may have called Tony Blair a Tory in a red tie before, but...
And we can probably think of several other politicians that we don't like or that we disagree with that we could use that phrase with. But we're not going to.
No, it's... Yeah, again, that was another comment pointing out that, yeah, maybe calling MPs from your own party Tories isn't quite the best phrasing.
Although, on that note, the opposite has happened this week. There was a little a letter to the editor sort of thing in a newspaper. I don't remember which paper it was.
I'm not aware of this.
This was a guy who wrote into a newspaper and said, I live in I'm paraphrasing. I live in Kensington, and I just met the two Tory candidates for a particular ward. I think it was Holland Ward. And they just arrogantly quoted statistics at me. So, although I used to be a Tory MP, I'm going to be voting Labour in Kensington.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice of him. I think his name is Keith.
Oh.
I'm sure I'll find.
We'll Google it.
I'm pretty sure someone tweeted it on my timeline, so I'll find that and we'll put it on screen.
We'll try and find that. If we found it, it's on screen now. If not, there's just Rainbow Bauhaus saying sorry.
Yeah, I think we'll find it. I'm pretty confident of that.
Wonderful.
All right then, what's next?
So next is first of all, a nice thank you. Thank you to Amber Rudd for resigning and rendering most of our conversation about the Windrush scandal completely pointless last week.
Yes, she did so about half an hour after we put the episode up.
Yeah. But we...
that annoyed me a lot.
That was quite annoying. We were kind of sitting here reading the aforementioned comments, when all of a sudden we get the simultaneous BBC News notifications that tell us that Amber Rudd's resigned. I mean, obviously, all the stuff about Windrush is still relevant.
Well, yeah, because now the focus can shift to Theresa May, who was the actual orchestrator of the scandal and should also resign. I mean, she won't do so. If she does, she will do it after the local elections.
Yeah, there's no way she's going to resign.
Not before
this close
Thursday,
to local elections.
Probably not this weekend.
Probably not this weekend.
Unless there's some sort of massive disaster that happens in the local elections that polling hasn't foreseen.
We'll get there later. But we wanted to talk about her replacement, Mr. Sajid Javid.
Or rather, I don't want to talk about him because he's the most boring man I've ever seen. The only interesting thing about him is his stance.
Well, and
I'm not talking about a political stance either.
No, it's the nice
screen.
Tory power stance.
Yeah. Apparently loads of Tories do this. I don't know why.
May's done it, Osborne's done it, Cameron did it.
Yeah, Ronaldo as well. Yeah.
It does kind of look like he's gearing up for a 30-yard free kick in the Champions League final.
It does. That's exactly what it looks like, except I don't think Ronaldo has ever tried to do that in a business suit. Bauhaus if I'm wrong.
He may have done.
If I'm wrong, I will not be disappointed to be wrong.
If you're wrong, there's a picture of it here.
If I'm right, there'll be more Bauhaus.
Yeah.
Or, well, there's Bauhaus on the screen either way, I suppose. It'll just be saying something slightly different.
Yes. So, yeah, in any case, the stance is kind of a joke at this point.
Yeah, it's a meme.
It's become a meme.
Then again, so is Sajid Javid.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there were discussions like, oh, it's nice after Windrush that they've appointed a person of an ethnic minority, but...
Yeah, I think we pretty much decided at Labour Club that he's just a token, really,
yeah.
didn't we?
I mean, well, there was that argument that he's a token. There's another argument that it's just a happy coincidence because they've got no one else.
Yeah, that was a good point that was brought up. I don't remember who by
I can't, no.
Yeah, that was a good point. Yeah, who else would they have chosen?
I think someone suggested like Chris Grayling was going to be the closest person.
Yeah, but then who would you put in transport?
Well, yeah, exactly.
That's his job already.
That is. What was Javid before now? I know he did housing, but I think he stopped doing that.
International business or something?
Rainbow Bauhaus.
Yeah, we'll Google that. In fact, I'll Google it now.
We'll Google it now.
He used to be Secretary of State for Business, Innovation and Skills.
Ah, that one.
That was until 2016. After that, he was, until pretty much 2 days ago, he was Housing, Communities and Local Government.
Okay.
Before that, before he was Business Secretary, he was the Secretary of State for Culture, Media and Sport.
Ah, that's Jeremy Hunt's old one, isn't it? He did that before.
Probably at some point.
Yeah.
Before
no, because it was
Good Lord, this man's had a lot of jobs.
Because it was Culture Secretary Jeremy Hunt, but you'd do the Spoonerism, and it was Culture Secretary Jeremy.
Yeah. We're not going to bother.
No.
You can tell what that meant.
Yeah, you can figure that out on your own, dear listener. So yeah, Sajid Javid, token or
happy coincidence,
or least worst person for the job.
Yeah, either way, I don't care.
No,
he's the least interesting man I've ever seen.
I'm sure. I mean, I've not looked on Tory Twitter because I have better things to do with my life, but I'm sure they're probably painting themselves as this great beacon of hope for the minorities. How many prime ministers have you had, Labour? I mean, that is obviously an issue.
I mean, it's a fair point.
It is.
It annoys
me
that we haven't had a woman prime minister.
It annoys me that we haven't had a woman leader.
Unless you count Harriet Harman.
Interim, though.
Yeah, I'd still count Gerard Batten as the leader of UKIP.
True.
Because he is. She's served in the capacity of leader, so I'm going to count her.
Okay. I mean, still, one is not.
Unless we've had another one at some point that I don't remember.
Rainbow Bauhaus, but I don't think so. Don't know.
Either way.
But yeah, I'm sure the Tories are trying to present themselves as bastions of the minorities here. But
I think this could be a topic of conversation. Could we have a woman leader at some point?
I hope so.
In the near future, like after Corbyn, who should be leader? Like once he's grown out of it.
Oh, I don't know.
It's like who do we have?
It's not. I mean, like the front benches are filled with great people.
Yeah, there's a lot of good women on the front benches. I'm not sure.
Pidcock, Rayner, etc. But
I don't think Pidcock's on the front bench.
is she not? I don't know.
I mean, something.
I'm
like
sure she
Shadow
was.
Minister for Housing.
Yeah,
I'm
sure
if
she's.
front bench.
Oh, I don't know.
Um,
But regardless, I mean, there is.
Grandula, love Grandula.
Yeah, love a bit of Grandula. But, thinking about would I like them as lead? The thing is, I don't know who I'd like as leader at all, male, female, whatever. After Corbyn,
I think I could go for Grandula.
yeah.
Angela Rayner is, as far as
I've met Angela Rayner. Selfie with Angela Rayner.
Great.
She knows my PIN code to my phone. Oh, she knew at one point.
She learned at one point and then immediately forgot.
I mean, I'd imagine so. But yeah.
Nobody has time to remember other people's PIN codes for their phone.
No, this is true. But I met her at a fundraiser for the Blackpool North and Cleveland's election for the general last year.
Aye.
And I went to take my selfie.
Brilliant,
and
successful campaign.
Hey, we did very well.
Yeah, you did.
We slashed the Tory majority.
So did everyone.
Yeah, but Maynard was never going to lose.
Apart from... Oh, God. Who lost votes to the Tories? Mansfield.
Yeah. But no, we were never going to win that. We did extremely well. And we had a wonderful candidate.
Still have. He's still a candidate.
Well, yes, he's just been reselected as the candidate.
Yeah.
We still have a wonderful candidate, Chris Webb. He's marvellous. But yeah, I met her at a fundraiser for Chris's campaign, and you know how you slide your phone up to just get to the camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't working. So as I'm trying to take a selfie with Angela Rayner, I'm obviously typing my PIN code in to get my phone. So she just had a quiet little giggle to herself, like, I know your PIN code. So that's the story of how Angela Rayner knows my PIN code.
I mean, if I knew her better, I'd say classic Rayner. But I don't, so I'm just going to
It may or may not be classic Rayner.
Possibly classic Rayner. Either way, I think she'd be a pretty good leader of the Labour Party.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who else.
No. I think
some.
Yeah,
I
think Laura Pidcock's got potential.
Yeah, but not for another 10 years or so.
Yeah.
At least.
But then again, I might say the same thing about Angela Rayner.
I think Angela Rayner's got enough experience by now. She spent 2 years, 3 years on the front bench.
This is true.
And people know her.
Yeah.
If you ask someone who Angela Rayner is,
if they're kind of politically informed, yeah,
then they'll probably know who she is. Less so for Laura Pidcock.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, she'd need a proper front bench job, a big one.
Yeah, she'd need education or chancellor or something.
Probably work in pensions.
Oh yeah,
because that's her.
That is kind of her area.
Yeah.
But this conversation has shifted wildly from Sajid Javid.
I just wanted to talk about Labour leadership for a second.
Yeah, I mean it's a valuable topic, but the thing is, man, woman, black, white, whatever. I have no idea who I'd vote for.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
We'll see
I have no idea who'd run. I mean, I'm sure they'd have someone from the right of the party. I can't imagine who that would be.
Someone from the right of the party would run. Maybe they'd only run one candidate because
to try and limit the spoiler effect.
Yeah, because that
didn't really work for you in 2015, did it? No.
I mean, they tried in 2016 and that didn't work either.
This is true, but they did have Owen Smith.
Yeah. Why did they stop Angela Eagle's campaign?
I don't know.
She would have been a way better candidate than Owen Smith.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was because her campaign launch was on the same day as Leadsom dropped out of the Conservative leadership race. So she started asking for questions at her campaign launch, and she was just like, Peston? No? Koonsberg? Anyone? And they were all at Andrea Leadsom's house.
Possibly,
asking her questions.
Asking her why she'd dropped out.
Yeah, covering that. So she was just stood there in a basically empty room on a stage with a nice little campaign logo and everything. And
Possibly,
she was just like, okay, alright then. There's no one here. Who's next? Vice News? Anyone?
RT? Are you guys here? Al Jazeera anywhere?
Al Jazeera? No?
BBC News Round? No. But I mean, I don't think she would have won.
No, but she'd have definitely got closer than 40%.
Yeah.
40 to 60 or whatever it was.
Something like that. Rainbow Bauhaus.
Yeah, it was about 40, 60. 39, 60 something.
One maybe.
60 point something, I think it was. Anyway.
But yeah, on the topic of future Labour leadership, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think we'll probably have
cross.
To wait a year or two for someone to pop up.
Because I mean, the thing is, Corbyn seems pretty set on the job.
Yeah, but
he's getting on.
Mid to late 60s.
He is getting on.
He's gonna have to give up.
He's gonna get one, maybe two more elections.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he doesn't win 2022. I'd be surprised if he doesn't go then.
Yeah. If the election is even in 2022, you never know. Theresa May may decide to.
I think it's 2021.
You think 2021?
Yeah, for one solid reason.
Which is?
Every time I leave a major school, scholastic institution.
Oh, we've had a.
Have we done this on the podcast?
No, you've explained it to me.
Well, I'll explain it anyway. Every time I graduate from a school or an education institution of some sort, there is an election that year. I graduated from primary school in 2010.
To be fair, so did I.
Yes. I left high school in 2015.
Also, so did I.
Left college in 2017.
Also, so did I.
And my degree is a 4-year degree.
Mine's only 3.
So, I will leave here. I will leave here in 2021, and I think the election will be then, because I ran this by a few Labour Party campaigners, and they thought it was plausible for it to be 2021 because Brexit will be over by then.
Yeah, they will
probably have ditched May.
Oh, almost certainly.
And they will just be saying, well, Brexit's gone really badly, and that wasn't our fault, that was May.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
It was her fault, it was only
She voted Remain. You know.
Yeah, she was trying to sabotage it the whole way through. We're going to get rid of her, we'll get a good, hard Brexit leader in, and give them a year or so to settle down, call an election.
Hey, my bet might come in then.
Hey, it might be Mogg.
It might be Mogg.
Why didn't they put Mogg in as Home Secretary?
That's a good question. I mean, he's never held any office before.
No, he hasn't. Probably because...
I mean, he might come into the new one that Javid's...
Local communities.
Yeah, that one. Maybe. I don't know. It's not as big.
I wouldn't give him that. No.
I mean, I wouldn't give him anywhere. I wouldn't let him anywhere near power. But that's just because I think he's a repulsive human being.
And he lives in a castle.
He does.
His wife's castle, which she inherited because he's an aristocrat. Don't like him. Anyway, right, next thing we're going to do is going to be something a bit more local.
Yeah, there's only because we couldn't really find anything more interesting in the world.
Yeah, nothing.
Other than as we record this, local elections are tomorrow, but when this goes out, they'll have already happened.
We were going to talk about that, but then
realised,
it turns out, we don't know what's going to happen yet, and you already know what's happened.
So to be fair, when you listen to this, so do we, but we don't right now, which is
probably the slight mistake of recording on a Wednesday.
I mean, we
can't really do anything.
We can't really do anything on a Friday unless we record it tomorrow, which we're not going to do.
Right.
So instead, we're going to go a bit more local.
Yes.
And this is
at the same time not local at all.
True. Again, this is your thing.
Yeah, this is my thing, but it's also your thing because your university is involved in it.
True, but I don't really care about it that much.
You should. It's huge.
I don't.
We're going to talk about roses.
Yeah. So
not just the flower.
No.
Let's make that clear. Not just the flower. We're talking about the War of the Roses, which has been over for about 6 centuries by now, but we're still doing it.
Not for the students of the respective universities for the two cities, who have for many years now. I'm not entirely sure how many.
About 50.
About 50 years.
52, 53, something like that.
Have engaged in sporting competition.
Yeah, both universities, York and Lancaster, were founded in the mid-60s. Since around about then, we have been competing every year. It alternates where we host it. This year it's in Lancaster. Next year it'll be in York. Last year it was York. It's a massive, basically, varsity sports competition.
Yeah. The biggest in the world?
I think it's the biggest in the country or Europe. I can't remember which. It's bigger than Cambridge v Oxford.
Well, yeah, because that's just a boat race.
They pretty much just do a boat race, apparently. I would have thought that they'd do a lot more than that.
I mean, they may do, but that's all anyone cares about.
It's not famous enough for me to know about it. It's this week.
Yes. In fact, as you listen to it,
it's just finished.
It's just actually finished, but we're going to talk about it anyway.
We're going to talk about it anyway because
it's not as
particularly special to me because I'm in it.
Yes.
And I'm currently wearing my Roses shirt.
We'll get a picture of you in that, and
yeah.
We'll get a picture of the
With my
back as well.
nickname on the back.
We'll do a
yeah.
nice.
In Roses, basically, the universities have their own little internal competitions to select the best people that they have in every sport that both university does, or both universities do.
It's not all sport either.
Not all of it is technically
there's
sport.
debating and
Yeah, there's a couple of them that I've never heard of, like mooting and negotiating. I didn't think those were sports. I don't even know what mooting means.
No. I'm not sure how you can have a negotiating competition.
I suppose every deal is a negotiating competition. Trump book on screen.
The art of the deal. Okay.
The art of the deal. So we are.
He didn't even write that.
We are preparing at the moment to host the Roses.
Yes.
It will be. I mean, so far it's technically already started.
Yes. Currently we're winning still, aren't we?
I think we are. I'm not sure. I haven't checked the scores from today's cricket matches.
Oh, okay.
But earlier in the week we had some 5k runs and I think some rowing competitions. After which Lancaster was winning 15 points to 9. You need 175.5 points to win the whole competition. It feels a little bit like the American Electoral College when I say it like that.
Yes. Is each sport worth?
It depends on
different,
how. It depends on how much, because some sports have like first teams, second teams, and third teams that will do it. And those,
I assume the first team's worth
first
more
team's
than...
worth like 4, second team like 2 or
whatever.
1 or...
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's like the American Electoral College, but more proportional.
Yeah, a little bit. So I am in the darts team. I'm in the seconds darts team.
Unlucky.
Because I wasn't good enough to get into the first. And I know that I'm not good enough to get in the first because we just played the first.
How did you get on, by the way?
I lost to the same guy twice, 2-0 and 2-1, and then a different guy 2-1.
Unlucky.
So
it's really a warm up for them, then, isn't it? I suppose.
Well, it's a warm up for both of us, really.
Well, true, because it shows you need to raise your game a bit, but.
Well, no, I don't need to raise my game that much because I was close to beating those two guys in the first team. So unless York University's second team is as good as our first team, I don't think I've got that much to worry about.
So yeah, so as when's your game?
It is Saturday at 1 in County Bar.
Okay, so as you listen to this, Alex has either won or lost.
Yeah. So as you're listening to this, I am either ecstatic or devastated.
Yes.
There is no in between.
What we'll do is, because you're playing on the Saturday, I'll probably do the video edited about Saturday. Here is the result of Alex's trip to Roses.
Well, we'll see probably just the result of the darts competition overall, the second darts competition overall.
Yeah, here's how Alex got on in his team.
I will probably just text you the score.
Yeah, exactly. Here's how Alex got on at Roses.
Yeah, with some Rainbow Bauhaus saying congratulations or sorry, depending on how well it went. But yeah, it's a lot more than just darts.
Yes, there's football.
Football is happening, rugby union is happening. There's a few weird sports like cycling and snowboarding that's happening. They're not happening in Lancaster. They're having various places in Lancashire.
Yeah.
That have facilities for that. Like the snowboarding's happening in Rossendale, I think.
Oh.
Don't know why we have snowboarding, but apparently we do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of odd competitions that I didn't think that we'd be doing. Like there's a Pokemon competition.
Yeah.
There is there's a bunch of other esports.
There's
that I don't
esports,
remember.
yeah. I'm not sure what esports. I assume they have FIFA.
I think it's more like Dota and stuff like that.
Oh, is it like League of Legends? And
something like that. I'm surprised they don't have a Fortnite competition.
Where are we landing, boys?
Probably a little bit soon for that sort of thing. Maybe next year.
Maybe, yeah. Although it'll have died next year because it's just a meme.
Maybe. Not sure. There's a lot of sports. There's like 50 sports happening. Some of them more questionably called sports than others.
Yes.
I wouldn't really.
Looking at you,
Pokemon.
chess.
Well, chess I can understand because that's an established thing. Like Pokemon, though.
Yeah, fair.
But we do have an established Pokemon society.
We do, and so do they apparently.
I remember the annoyingly punny posters right at the start of term.
I didn't see those.
Oh yeah, it was basically just memes were printed out onto posters and
fair
posted up around campus.
You've got to get those punters in somehow, haven't you?
Yeah.
But I think there's a good reason I don't particularly care much about Roses.
It's because you're not good at any particular sport. Right?
There's probably the best thing I could do would be to join the debating society and do debating.
Yeah, but you haven't done that.
I haven't done
and
that.
would have to have been doing it pretty much all year.
Yeah. That's probably my only chance of getting anywhere near Roses.
I mean, overall, there aren't that many first years in Roses. I'm a bit of an anomaly because I had an easy draw in the qualifiers.
Fair. But, yeah, like I said, there's no way I'm really getting in Roses because I don't play any sport. Also, it's all happening on a weekend.
Yeah, and you're not here.
Yeah, and as previously established last week, I'm no longer here on the weekends because I'm in Blackpool. So apologies for the interruption there. We were just interrupted by my roommate deciding to enter the kitchen where we record, and your roommate also.
Yeah. So Roses, it's mostly a 3-day competition, apart from the outlying sports that can't really be scheduled for that particular day.
Yeah. So like I say, I'm not here for it. I might look at the results online.
Apparently they're live streaming some of it.
I might watch that if I have nothing better to do with my time, but I have a job.
Yeah.
I need to go and scare people.
I don't, and so I'll be watching a few things. I think
I
I'll
should
probably watch the first start. That'll be incredible in the Great Hall.
Yeah, I kind of wish I was being able to go there. I should probably explain why I said I need to go and scare people, because I haven't talked about my job.
It is your job. Your job is to be like a...
Yeah, but I haven't explained that on here.
Yeah, you should probably just run through that.
Yeah, so I work at a horror maze scaring people, mostly in clown makeup.
It's a haunted house, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a scare attraction.
That sort of thing. It's a dungeons thing, but not as good as the dungeons, because it's not a dungeon.
It's scarier than the dungeons.
Is it, though?
The dungeons do your history lesson, we scare you.
Fair enough. Yeah, so Roses, apparently, it's bigger than I thought it was, because...
Oh, really?
I saw before the University Student Union, LUSU, tweeted out...
Almighty gods, LUSU.
Yep, LUSU. They tweeted out a picture of a lorry driving up to university saying, it may not look like it, but this will be a stadium soon. So it looks like they're getting some temporary stands in.
Oh, that's nice.
For like the football, the
rugby,
American football, maybe the rugby firsts.
Yeah.
Probably not the seconds or the thirds.
No.
Rugby league is definitely not happening on...
That's not even happening on the rugby league pitch.
No, it's happening on the second rugby pitch, because the rugby league pitch is apparently being used exclusively for archery. Brilliant.
Thank you, I assume it's LUSU that decide all this.
LUSU will probably have decided where things are happening. Another annoying thing is I can't even go and watch the rugby league game because it starts at the same time as my darts event.
That's your sport, really, as well, rugby league.
Yeah. If there was a sport that I was going to watch, it was going to be league.
You might watch the football, maybe.
Maybe I'll watch the football, probably not. I'll watch the darts first, because...
Yeah, I kind of wish I was going to that as well.
Because that looks really fun.
Like, I don't particularly care about darts.
No, but that'll be a hoot.
But that'll be quite fun. And presumably there'll be a bar.
Probably. Maybe.
Because it seems all darts fans do is just get drunk and shout stuff.
Yep. There's a few more odd sports, like lacrosse is going to be played in Roses Stadium, and his little butterfly net.
We've gone on a wee tangent here,
Yeah.
But really because there's nothing else interesting happening in the world.
Yeah.
Apart from the
there's
local
bugger all
elections that
happening.
have just happened.
Or / will happen tomorrow.
Yeah, as we're recording this.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it. We will talk to you again probably next week.
Yeah, I think next week will be fine. I think we're okay doing weekly for a while, just before exams start. They start for me on early June. I don't know about you.
Yeah, about halfway through June, I think.
Yeah, so we might switch back to 2 weeks around that point, but for now, I think we can manage every week.
Yeah, for now we will talk to you again next week. I have been Alex.
I have been Jack, and you have been listening to the Misled Youth Podcast. We will talk to you again next week.
Goodbye.